Welcome to the Best Startup Idea Ever podcast, where unique startup ideas are born from thoughtful observation and solving real-life problems. Today, you'll discover multitone bandages, a small but meaningful step forward in healthcare, created by a passionate entrepreneurial duo who believe in fairness. Next is an eco-friendly portable coffee maker, the perfect solution for those who love both coffee and flexibility. And finally, a water pressure cleaning tool that turns an ordinary garden hose into a powerful cleaning machine. Each story proves one thing: starting a business doesn't have to be complicated, it just needs to be right, simple, and different. Let's dive in. Story 1. Bandages. Imagine this: you get a small scratch and reach for a bandage. But the first thing you notice isn't the wound, it's the bandage. It stands out awkwardly on your skin, like it was made for someone completely different. For many people, this might seem like a small thing. But for Rashid Mahdi and Intizar Bashir, it was a big deal, big enough to spark a small revolution in healthcare. And they called it something special: bandages. When a bandage means something bigger, bandages isn't just a product. It's a statement. A reminder that even in the smallest things, like a simple bandage, everyone deserves to feel seen, represented, and included. Before bandages, most bandages only came in pink beige tones, made to blend with lighter skin. But that unintentionally excluded people with darker skin tones, not just physically, but emotionally too. Mahdi and Bashir noticed this. And instead of waiting for someone else to fix it, they decided to do it themselves. From bandage to symbol, the power of understanding. This husband and wife team started with a simple idea: bandages in multiple skin tones. But what they really offered was more than color, it was the feeling of being seen and valued. After appearing on Shark Tank, bandages received investments from major names like Mark Cuban, Laurie Grainer, and Damon John. That was the turning point. From a small, homegrown brand, bandages grew fast. They expanded into full wound care kits, children's pajamas, and even multitone beanies. Everything was built around one core belief: everyone deserves products that reflect who they are. A startup lesson from what's invisible. You don't always need complex tech or groundbreaking models to start a business. Sometimes, the biggest ideas come from the things so small, people hardly notice them, except those who feel invisible. Bandages teaches us the power of seeing the unseen. They didn't just create a product, they answered a forgotten need. That's why they succeeded. And one more thing: the more personal and everyday the product, the more painful it can be when people don't feel represented. Bandages didn't fix a big problem, they healed small, silent hurts that had built up over time. That's what earned their customers' trust. Conclusion: big change starts small. The journey of bandages isn't about chasing profit at all costs. It's about creating something more inclusive, more thoughtful, more human. If you're thinking about a startup idea, ask yourself: is there someone out there still feeling invisible among all the mainstream products? Is there something you've overlooked, something small, that could actually mean a lot to someone? Because sometimes, all it takes to start a successful business is a bandage. But one that's the right color, at the right time, for the right person. Story 2. Bandages. Imagine this: it's a cold morning, you're standing outside, your car is parked on the side of the road, and work is waiting. All you need to start your day is a hot cup of coffee. But instead of waiting in line at a coffee shop or drinking cold coffee from a thermos, you just press a button. A mini, portable, battery-powered coffee machine is ready to serve you, anytime, anywhere. That's the idea behind Bandages, a startup with a mission to bring convenient and eco-friendly coffee to people on the go. Mobile coffee, a new dream for creative thinkers. Bandages is an example of a modern startup. It combines a real need with smart technology and sustainability. A compact product, easy to use, and using biodegradable coffee pods sounds great, right? It's not just convenient, it's also good for the environment, a big plus in an era where consumers care more about sustainability. And as expected, Brumicon quickly gained attention, raising over $100,000 on Kickstarter. The dream seemed to be coming true. But a good idea and funding are not enough. After raising the money, Brumicon had to face a tough reality: how to turn a promise into a real product. How to handle orders, ship internationally, and maintain quality while staying within budget. Unfortunately, the answer was, they couldn't. Brumicon ran into serious logistics problems. Shipping delays, especially overseas, got out of control. Products arrived late, customers were unhappy, and costs skyrocketed. In the end, despite having a great product and real demand, Brumicon had to shut down, leaving behind disappointment among their early supporters. The lesson: success requires more than just creativity. Brumicon taught an important lesson: having a great product isn't enough, you need solid execution. Logistics, operations, supply chains, customer service. These behind-the-scenes parts are what really determine if your dream can survive the real world. On Shark Tank, the investors didn't reject the idea. They rejected the business plan. The valuation was too high based on hope, not results. They saw the potential, but also the major holes in the execution model. Conclusion: ideas are just the start, systems are the destination. Brumicon wasn't a failure. It was a valuable startup journey. They taught future entrepreneurs one key lesson: make sure you can operate, deliver, support customers, and plan for real risks before putting all your faith into a brilliant idea. If you want to start a business, think like an engineer, not just a dreamer. Because sometimes, a hot cup of coffee isn't just about the flavor, it's about whether you can keep your promise to the customer. Brumicon couldn't keep that promise, but they left behind an honest reminder: passion starts a business. Strategy keeps it alive. Story 3. Have you ever heard of a brush that connects to a garden hose and can clean everything from cars to grills, without using electricity or strong chemicals? Let me tell you the impressive journey of Brush Hero, a product that seems very basic, but teaches us powerful lessons about creativity, persistence, and how to win in the market, without needing investment from the sharks. Turning a water hose into a magic tool. Brush Hero looks like a simple spinning brush head, but behind that design is a smart cleaning solution. They turned an ordinary garden hose into a high-pressure cleaning tool. It helps people wash dirt off cars, bring shine back to patio furniture, or scrub away greasy messes on barbecue grills. What's amazing is, it doesn't need electricity, batteries, or strong chemicals. Just water pressure is enough to spin the brush and create torque, gentle but effective. It's eco-friendly and uses up to 50% less water compared to standard spray nozzles. No sharks. No problem. Brush Hero once appeared on Shark Tank and got rejected. Not a single investor made an offer. But that moment became a turning point. It proved something important: you don't need big investments if you deeply understand your customers and optimize your product. Just a few years later, Brush Hero was making $6 million in annual revenue. They secured a deal with Costco, one of the largest retailers in the US. Car and Driver magazine listed Brush Hero as one of the top 25 gifts for car lovers. Even better, they sold the product for $34.99, with a production cost of just $6.50, an impressive profit margin. Imitators appear, but not everyone survives. Success brings pressure, and for Brush Hero, that came in the form of cheap counterfeits from China flooding the market. These knockoffs hurt their brand and sales. But Brush Hero didn't give up. They stayed focused on quality, partnered with trusted retailers, and used reviews from the car enthusiast community to build brand trust. Their marketing efforts clearly explained why the real product delivers the real experience. Startup lesson: a good product is still king. The story of Brush Hero is a strong reminder for anyone dreaming of a startup. You don't need magical technology or millions in funding to succeed. A product that solves a real problem, has a smart design, and puts user experience first will always find its place in the market. And sometimes, getting rejected on Shark Tank doesn't mean the end, it's just a milestone before you prove your true potential. In the end, Brush Hero turned something very simple, a hose and a brush, into a smart, sustainable, and profitable solution. If you have a small idea that seems too basic, remember this: success doesn't always come from being flashy. It comes from understanding the problem, improving continuously, and putting your customers first. Brush Hero cleaned up the dirt and the doubts. What about you? Does your idea have the spin it needs to create the next big breakthrough? Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you find best idea ever stories inspiring or valuable lessons, please share them with your friends. Don't forget to follow the channel to continue exploring other bold startup journeys with me. See you in the next episode, where every idea, no matter where it comes from, can become the seed of a big dream.